In last week's episode, the hunt is still taking place in Cape Town, and the men were taken to a builder's warehouse where they had to find 20 items from a shopping list. Ujono came first and showed why he was one of the front runners so far. Zweli came second and was awarded his first captaincy and amnesty. In the squad trial, the men found themselves at Kukuletu, where they were tasked to build play boxes to form a skate park for the local kids. Feeling betrayed by Jefferson, Jonathan, not James, made sure Uguti the Red Squad lost the trial to book their place at the judgment. Jefferson realized something was up and made a final plea.
We made an agreement, not only as competitors, but as friends as well, irrespective of what team we were on. To stick together and really see each other through to like maybe hopefully the top four, you know, if we don't get eliminated and blindsided.
However, Jefferson's fate was sealed. At the judgment, his multiple alliance strategies and backroom deals turned on him as he was deceived by his former alliance partners and became the fourth man voted out of the Bowen Manhunt.
Everyone is a pawn until it comes a time that they must be slayed.
Look, you have to understand that it's more than just a game, you know. There's some other things happening, you know, outside the field, so I had to make sure that I'm safe, you know.
After judgment, I had to play my final trump card here, which was one, really just either have to win every single individual trial to get immunity, which is a very, very tough ask moving forth, or two, actually sort of rock the boat a bit by bringing up what I did. We probably lost the essence of what this is.
Yeah.
Because what has happened now, and what has actually come out, and the truth of it is, it's not about how good you are anymore out there, the challenges and the teamwork, etc. Now it's become just how good you are in negotiating out of it. Pull the last trump card and we'll have to see from here.
The 12 men remaining have been ordered to leave the comforts of Cape Town behind. The outdoor expedition phase of the Bowen Manhunt has started in all earnest. The men have driven out of Cape Town along the highway, little realizing that their next solo trial will be to conquer the Montague Pass in what we call the Bowen Manhunt Triathlon. In it, we test the men's ability to pace themselves as they complete 3 stages on their way up the pass. How's it, gents? Are you guys warm enough?
Good.
Here's the brief on today's solo trial. We're calling this one the Bowen Manhunt Triathlon. And as the name implies, there are 3 different stages. The challenge is to get to the top of the Montague Pass, which used to be an old toll road. And in this trial, you will cut from a sheet of copper a single coin that you will place inside the toll bucket. Once that is done, you will run a couple of kilometers to go and collect your mountain bike. However, the tires are deflated, so you will have to carry your bike as you hike up the pass until you reach an equipment station. There you will find a pump to inflate your tires, and you will then be able to cycle your way to the top. The first 2 men to beat the Skupu drum at the finish line will win captaincy at the squad trial and secure amnesty for themselves at the judgment. Clear? Bar one, men! Go! Immediately, the men start unpacking their bags. Ngaphakathi kwawo, there is a sheet of copper, a hammer, and a wooden anvil.
I never done this before, so I just hit it hard, and then turn it around, and hit it other side, make it straight, and then turn around and hit it again around.
I was like, okay, I need to push this. At least be a second guy to be there. You know? Yeah, I pushed it, then got a second guy. So I'm really happy with the second guy. To wish for it, I can push like this until the end of the race.
Good point, Johannes. You can go. Now Johannes, will he overtake you? The rest of the men are still chiseling away at the copper sheet.
I know that copper is actually liable, so you just need to find a point where you can just hit hard. I think I hit it around 10 times and then it was out.
I knew that the bike ride would be the toughest one. So I preserved most of my energy and stamina for that.
And the worst part is when you're hitting, there's guys, you know, on the corner of your eye slowly getting up and giving the coin through to our zone and moving forward. And you're thinking, I'm not even halfway through with mine.
Well, in terms of me being doing a lot of hiking and obviously climbing mountains, I'm hoping that that stamina will show today.
Let's see. Good one, Hilkia, you can go. Tebzawana. Good enough.
It's a very challenging one. I won't lie to you, it's very challenging. I'm out of my comfort zone totally.
Zweli, I couldn't see him at all. Along the way, Jonathan was behind me, and I could see that he's trying to close the gap, so I pushed hard.
Gonna have to speed it up a bit. There's already a few men who are making their way up that mountain.
When I pushed harder, Johannes appeared, and I said, you know what, now that's gonna be my reference. I need to pass him for me to actually stay on top of the game.
I like to motivate myself. Whenever I see a guy in front of me, he's my pace setter and also the guy that I want to pass.
I'm not getting a hole in until I'm one of the last 5 guys there. And yeah, the situation was bleak.
I think what goes through your mind all the time is that it's not over. You can push yourself as hard as you can, but when you get there, there's still a bicycle that needs to go on your head somehow.
I lost my spot when Johannes took me as I was about to finish the running with the bike. He overtook me. That's when I lost the spot, and then I said, no, I'll catch up with the bike. Cycling maybe is not that difficult.
It's an uphill battle. Excuse the pun.
Bastard. Well done, Scotty.
And Scotty joins the race. The men are digging deep and everyone is keen to improve on their position.
I think there's a very huge lead. I noticed that Bongs left a few minutes ago, not even a few minutes ago, it felt like hours when I was there. The only thing to do now is just to catch up to the guys. I just hope they don't have stamina. That's all.
Something that was apparently whispered around that came from James was that Fadin has no stamina and he's going to beat me. He might be a 21-year-old boy. Take your shirt off again, bud. And take your shirt off at the back of me, because that's where I'm standing right now.
Ay, ay, ay. Nasibonela nani ukuthi uQ usahamba kancane madoda.
Go!
At the Montague Pass, the men have finished chiseling their copper coins and are now conquering the pass with the help of mountain bikes. Some are riding and some are still pushing.
I was pushing for the second place, and then, yeah, everything just happened so quick along the way. Guys were falling back, others were falling far back, even. So, yeah, and I just thought, you know what, it's your thing now, it's a home stretch, just take it home.
Q is still miles behind the rest. Will he catch up?
That's when I lost the most time. I mean, the first tire I went in very quickly. The second one, the pump somehow, didn't work properly, and it broke.
I tried to push high. My legs, my tires.
The Montague Pass is said to be the oldest unaltered pass still in use in Mzansi and covers 7.4 kilometers of magnificently scenic gravel road. The climb gradient has an average of 46 degrees.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep on pushing.
Yeah, it was tough. I'm just glad I didn't come in last place, because some people in the thing reckon they can beat everyone.
Trying to catch up, it's not easy because you've fallen far behind. You try to cycle for 20 meters and then you're off the bicycle again.
My lungs are out. In the words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last. So I'm gonna just keep pushing.
If you tell yourself, your body's telling you to stop, it's over. And you always got to keep telling yourself that there's still 40% left in the tank.
As he's catching up with James. Will he save face by not being last?
Okay, from where I'm standing, it looks as if Bongs is in the lead. If he beats the drum, he will be officially the winner of the solo trial.
The cycling up the mountain, damn, that killed me big time.
Well done, Bongs. Congratulations on winning the solo trial, Baba.
Thanks, Hauser.
Now, Bongs, you made it in just over 2 hours and 28 minutes. That is amazing.
When I got to the finish line, I was exhausted. All my energy was gone. I couldn't even breathe. That's how hard it was.
Well done, well done. So, you are officially the 2 captains in the squad trial, and you've secured amnesty for yourself. So, well done for that.
Thanks, man.
Cool, nice one. And Zweli is 4th to come home, and if he beats the drum, he will officially be the 4th person who has made it to the top of the Montague Pass. Just like that. Get over here, Hilkia. Well done, my boy. Well done, Oz. Smith makes it to the finish line, and right behind him is Scotty. Scotty has also finally made it to the finish line. Well done, Scotty. Well done, Debzangwana. And Fadim has also made it to the top. You have conquered the Montague Pass, my man. Yeah. Mangoba is the second last person to make it to the finish line. Well done, Ngobs. And the last person to make it, James. James takes a bow and he beats the drum. Sondela, James. James or Sondela, Bob. James, akuhambanga kahle baba, but you made it nonetheless. How do you feel?
I feel very tired, Hausa. But I have to say the guys are strong. Well done, guys. Sure.
Okay, gentlemen, let's take this time and congratulate the two winners of the solo trial. You are now officially the two captains in the squad trial, and you have secured amnesty for yourselves at the judgment. So well done, gents. Now go rest. I will see you a bit later on at the squad trial.
So this actually is gonna at least give me another week, you know. So I think it came exactly at the right time, and yeah, I'm excited, really excited that I got it.
Emva kosuku olumnandi, the men arrive at their camping area. Amalanga okudla soft aphelile. Time to set up camp.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. This is like the opposite, but
Like getting like cold, extremely cold. The game really changed now, and people are starting to respect each other more.
And Bongs was saying he's never camped before, so for him it's gonna be an
experience.
But for me,
I want to see his first night, eh? I want to see if he's going to survive his first night.
Mentally, I'm just telling myself that it looks like it's gonna get rougher than what it is.
if you're not warm enough, you can always cut.
Best part of camping is this. It starts here, the fire. Hey.
This morning, it's been around about 2 o'clock odd. I don't know if my blankets went off, but I was freezing, completely freezing.
Camping in general is just not for me. I mean, this is my first time sleeping outside sober.
I'm just happy I made it out of Cape Town. I wouldn't have liked to go home in a taxi.
James came last in the individual trials, which was really shocking for me because, I mean, if you look at how the whole thing was designed, it was meant to favor the sort of like the sprinters. You need to have stamina, and that's what I thought he had.
I'm super disappointed, but I'm happy that it's happened right now. You know, now I know how it feels like to be last.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I wish that we can spend over 10 days here.
Only now I've started now feeling like it's game on. Previously, I think I can almost say ghosting through the stuff.
I cycle, I say I'm catching up. Hey, my legs,
Right now, squad trial is absolute key, especially for my survival. I need to be on the winning team right now. Not feeling too confident of actually making it through another judgment, to be honest with you. Let's hope the guys will see with a bigger mind.
Trial on like bomb. We are the bar one men, yeah. We're the bar one men, yeah. We are the bar one men. We don't play, we here to win. The bar one men.
Today's squad trial is called Box Cart Derby, and in this potentially dangerous game, the men will have to work together as the two squads race their carts down an old gravel road in the middle of the Karoo. Welcome to the squad trial, gents. Today's trial requires mechanical skills and a daredevil nature. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, let's pick the squads. We'll start with you, Bongs. As the winner of the solo trial, you will now be captain of the red squad. Sondelo Zoma la Iqelengwami on the red mat. Jono, how are you doing today?
I'm grand, man.
You will captain the black squad as the runner-up in the solo trial. Step forward, step on the black mat. Starting with you, Bongs. Make your first pick.
I'll pick Zweli.
Zweli, step forward. Jono?
I pick H.
In every challenge that we have, my engineering skills are coming into play, and I hope that that will help us win this, give us the edge.
Coming back to you, Bongs. Suketaban match.
Scotty.
Scotty's in the red team. Okay.
My next pick will be Oz.
Oz. Okay. Fabulous.
This is purely for strength. I think I'll go with Johannes.
Johannes makes it into the red squad. Okay. Back to you, Jono.
Fadim.
Fadim.
Q.
Okay.
James.
Well done, James. You're in the black squad. It's now between these two men.
Smith.
Well done, Smith. You are in the red squad, which means Debza, you have made it into the black squad.
He chose his strongest pack first, obviously killing a bit on the morale in terms of, you're there by default, but I'll have to obviously just prove to the guys that I have what it takes.
Okay, so here's the brief on today's squad trial. We are currently standing in the middle of a Karoo next to an old gravel road. And your challenge today will be to race each other using box carts in what we call the box cart derby. On my go, the two squads will search for a set of tires which will be buried underneath the hay and attach them to your box cart frame. You will then race your carts down the road with one person driving and the others pushing. There are 6 checkpoints along the way where you must change your driver and complete a mini challenge before you proceed. The first squad to successfully complete this course and make it to the finish line will win this challenge and is safe for another week, whereas the losing squad will go to the judgment where someone will be voted out of the bar one manner. Clear?
Yeah. All the lads are determined. We know if we don't win the challenge, it's judgment, so we don't want to go there, and everybody's determined, and that's pushing us.
Oh, one more thing. Since we're out of town and all, how about we flip the script a little? Bongs, you are the man of the moment. You've won the solo trial and you've secured amnesty for yourself, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm giving you an opportunity. No, it's nothing bad,
Okay.
but it's something worth thinking about. I'm giving you an opportunity to give up your amnesty. And in this case, you can take what we call a squad boost. So in this instance, your squad will have a 1-minute head start in this challenge, which could give you a significant lead over the other squad. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about it. No pressure. Just remember, Bongs, if you give up your amnesty, you can be up for elimination at the judgment. I just had to throw that in there.
Hausa, I'm gonna put my faith in the guys and hope this 1 minute head start might just push us ahead of them and then hopefully end up winning the whole thing. So I'll give up my amnesty.
So Bongs, you've opted to give up your amnesty in exchange for the squad boost, which is to give your team a 1 minute head start, right? Okay, are you guys ready to play the game?
Yes.
Let's do it. Habash.
The men are about to start their squad trial.
Okay, gents, let me just reiterate. The red squad have a 1 minute head start courtesy of the squad captain, as he has chosen to give up his amnesty in exchange for a squad boost. So on my go, red squad, you will begin the race while the black squad waits for me to count them down. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, red squad, are you ready? Bar 1 man, go!
The red squad will have to use their extra minute wisely and build up a reasonable lead before the black squad enters the game.
Black squad, stand by. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Washungentu tonight black squad seqalile madoda as they assemble amavila ngemuva.
I think as a team, the strategy that we applied, we did execute pretty well.
The black squad is amped up to make up for lost time due to the squad boost taken by the red squad.
It was tough. It was really tough. We did have problems in the beginning with the wheel setup. For some other reason, you know, we wanted to ensure that it's tight enough.
One of the screws fell under the ground, and so we, had to clean it and then put it in again.
Ready? Set, go. And the black squad takes off. Ngabe bazoyibamba red squad na? Asas.
Well, my leadership, I actually put the rules very clear initially that I am not going to be a dictator. I want every guy to actually have an input, but then my word is final.
And the times that we were gaining, the few seconds that we gained on them was definitely when we were pushing ourselves straight over the limit.
What I would say is that, playing the catching up game is actually irritating. Because when you think you got it, they're always ahead, you know what I mean?
So my plan was to start with the heavy guy first, because at that point, it was more like a downhill. And then we alternate from the lesser weight to the lighter one towards the end.
Everybody did a good job, just the stamina part of it, pushing over the point where your body says, I can't. I think all of us struggled with that point.
It doesn't have to be tight, guys. Just it doesn't. Listen, this. Let's go! Wait. The faster, more rest here. Come on, boys. Okay. Nice. Come on, boys.
Yeah, there were times that we're actually catching up, and there were times that we lost even more than we would catch up.
I told the guys, 2 minutes, anything can happen. That go-kart can break, and we might have to carry it. So I made sure that we push harder.
Okay, go! This side.
The chanting along the way was to encourage them to push harder. I knew that we were ahead, but then that didn't mean that we should just now slow down and give up or whatever. There was a time where the guys were like, no, let's just walk here. And I said, no one is walking. We're pushing harder than before.
Hold it. Make it tight so it doesn't move an inch. Hold it. Wait, wait. Oh, guys, let's go. Hands on.
Put your handbrake down.
Ah, chance. Fine. The times that we slowed down, it was definitely us getting tired. And I'm not just talking about one person. All 5 of us.
The red squad is close to the finish line.
Squatchy was being playful. He started playing with the horns. One of the pamba came off, so we had to stop and go back and fetch it. I mean, I guess the excitement got hold of him, and you know, he was just happy that now we can actually see the finish line.
And the red squad is still in the lead. It doesn't look like the black squad will ever catch up. So if they make it past the finish line, they win! Red squad wins! The red squad has won the squad trial. Congratulations, guys. Well done, gents. Good judgment, Bob.
Yeah.
It's a good sacrifice.
Actually, thanks to the guys.
Yeah.
It was just a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And everything went according to plan. Except at the end, I'm sorry about the weather.
We really thought we could catch up, and we really thought that we could make it count by pushing extra hard and make it, you know, through and win this one, but we just couldn't.
And the black squad finally makes it to the finish line. Well done, guys, but unfortunately things did not go according to plan.
Had everything been on par and had it been, you know, equal time, I think it would have been a different case, because then there would have been a competition.
Black squad, clearly things did not go according to plan. In the beginning, obviously the red squad had a 1-minute lead, but in the end, you were still 3 minutes and a couple of seconds behind. Fadin?
After the previous trial that we had, we didn't think that it would actually be as bad as this one. A lot of lower body strength, a lot of hammies, a lot of glutes, everything coming into play. So yeah, it was tough, but if you had a good team behind you and everybody pushed together.
Okay, gents, I suggest you go get a shower. Black team, I'll see you a bit later on at the judgment.
It seems like it's becoming a regular thing. But yeah, I guess we just have to wait and see what happens at judgment tonight.
Back at the camp, the trial dissection begins.
No, he made a good decision for his team, because at the end of the day, it gave them that advantage.
But they also said if him and his team would have lost that thing, he would have been up for elimination.
On the chopping block, yeah.
I have made a decision based on the solo trial and on this trial. I think the person that doesn't have a lot of stamina, or that I saw yesterday didn't have a lot of stamina, was James.
I made a breakthrough for them for taking out the main member of the alliance, so I just wish they can give that back to me. But just have me stay in the game for now.
From here on out, it's almost going to feel like a story of Judas, where you're going to feel like someone's betraying you.
Right now I'm sitting in quite a fragile position, as really I think that I'm probably on the chopping block next for tonight's judgment coming in.
I think it'll make everybody feel nervous, the fact that we lost. But one has to stay optimistic, one has to hope that as teammates we judge each other on what happened today.
Right, good evening, gents.
Evening, Arza.
Welcome to the judgment. As the losing squad, one of you will be voted out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. Each of you will cast a vote for the person you feel did not live up to the standard of a Bar 1 man. At this stage, Jono is the squad captain with amnesty. However, he will have an opportunity to give it up to someone else before we start voting. Once voting is done, all will be revealed, and the person with the highest amount of votes will be asked to relinquish his Bar 1 Man expedition watch and to leave the game immediately. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, gents, let's talk. Now, Jono, the squad trial for today, what would you say was the problem?
I think the head start was an advantage, but there were patches of times that we actually felt we made up some time.
But Jono, you were more than 3 minutes behind the red squad. So that's still a bad performance nonetheless.
I definitely think that the wheels might have cost us a couple of seconds, putting on the wheels. But definitely while we were running, I think just our energy was just not there anymore. Patches, we were all cheering each other.
Okay, Oz, where do you think it went wrong?
I'd say it would be the tire. With the tires, I think we aimed for perfection to try and get them securely sealed on so that they would not at any given point in time pop out. And that's where we spent, I'd say, the bulk of that time.
James, you've been at the judgment on numerous occasions now. It's true, it's true. What do you think should have been done differently?
Differently? All I can say is that our beginning was slow.
Tebzangwan, given the fact that the other team had the lead, the 1 minute head start, did you at some stage feel, Hore, you still had the potential to win this trial?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. One thing was, from the start point, we never knew how far the next point was. So ultimately, I always thought that we would catch up somewhere or another. It's one thing when you're chasing a target that you can see, where it's within reach. You know whether to go a bit faster, you'll catch up or not. But those guys are either leaving their point or whatever the case might be. So,
Oz, out of these men, who is the strongest?
I'm gonna have to go for John right now. He's got the strongest. He's got at this point in time, his track record speaks for itself.
Fadin, do you agree? Is he the strongest opponent at this point in time?
Yeah, I think if I had to, out of the group that's sitting here, I'd probably give my vote to Jono due to the fact of his performances, the fact that he's won 3 immunities.
Debza?
Sure.
Do you agree? Is Jono the strongest?
In the pack, yes, I'd say so. He's proven his strength in yesterday's challenge and today as well.
James?
Yes, Hausa.
Grandma?
No, Hausa.
You look scared, my man.
No, that's because I don't like to be here, that's why, Hausa.
Do you think you are possibly up for elimination tonight?
Tonight? Yeah, I do think that's
You do? But the last time, you were so confident, saying, this is my house, this is my home, I'm not going anywhere. Are you disappointed in being selected to be in this team?
No, I'm not.
If you had a choice, would you have opted to be in the red squad?
If I had a choice, I was going to go to the other squad.
Tell me why.
If I was a captain, I was going to choose people like Zweli. I think Zweli is very strong. Zweli and Johannes. I think those 2 guys are very, very strong.
So if Zweli was in this team,
yeah,
and who would you replace Zweli with in this team?
Let me just be straightforward. I was going to replace Zweli with Fatim.
Why Fatim?
There's a time where we were pushing just pushing one way, and all the guys literally just stopped. They were all tired. But I saw that Jono had some power. Awesome had some power, and H, and so is Utebs. There's a time when I just saw Fatim, falling down, like, no. But he's a big guy, I was just expecting more power from him, and he just slanted down, straight up.
Fadin, do you agree? Do you think you came up short in this particular trial?
Not at all. Maybe you guys are seeing something that I didn't. Anybody else see where I fell out? Because if I can remember, I pushed myself as hard as possible.
No, you did. It's just that.
But at least tell me when did you see that I was falling down? Because I'm just trying to understand.
The way you did your solo challenge, I thought you had some power. You know, when knocking the coin off, I thought you had some power. That's when I thought, you know what, you have some power.
So umqondo wakho ushintshile.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think he has as much power as what you thought?
Yeah, straight up. I really thought Fatim had power.
So outside, there was time when we all walked.
Yeah.
Right. There was time when I also pushed the guys forward.
Yeah.
And I pretty much have more power than you do, because obviously in my solo trial you came out last, I didn't.
No.
So if you want to play that cards, we can probably do that.
Okay.
And if you want to run through, and if we had to really check who ended off where through each solo trial, I would think I've done better.
Is it?
You probably won the first one through pace.
Sure.
But running through all the others, I don't think so.
Okay, gentlemen, before we begin with the vote, we've reached that time where we speak to the squad captain who has amnesty.
Now hearing that, you know, everybody here thinks that I stand a pretty good chance of, you know, making it further than where I am at the moment, I think it's not just putting a target, but something a little bit more maybe. If I have to hold on to it, I think particularly tonight will be, just with what I heard, tonight would be that opportunity to clinch on, you know, like put it in my pocket.
Okay, gents, the time to vote has arrived. You may begin. Okay, it's time to see who you have voted out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. Starting with you, Jono.
I voted for Fadim.
And why?
Fadim is a great guy, and you know, I don't want to sound, you know, but I think a bit of disappointment from my side just stepped in, you know, where I was like, based on my standards, you know, it's just you expect more.
Okay. Okay, so that makes it one vote for Fadim. James, let's see who you have voted out.
Voted for Fatim. My reason is expected more from him from today's team task, and just from the overall solo trials, I just expected more from Fatim.
Okay, so that's 2 votes for Fadim. Fadim, please show us your vote.
So my vote went to James.
Okay.
Obviously based on what was said today. And then also, I guess, on the solo trial that we had, so on James.
Okay, so now we have 2 votes for Fadim and 1 for James. Okay, Hilkia, please show us your vote.
I voted for Fadim.
Yeah. So now we have 3 votes for Fadim and 1 for James. If the next vote goes to Fadim, I will ask you to step forward and relinquish your Bar 1 Man expedition watch, as you will be the next person out of the hunt. Oz, please show us your vote.
I voted for Fadim.
Fadim, tonight you are the next person out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. Please step forward and remove your watch.
I definitely saw this coming. Moving through the last few trials, especially when a few of the other guys started getting voted off, we knew that we were slowly being taken down. pull the last trump card to hope that the guys would sort of vote or want to vote on merit through the trials, which tonight was a clear indication that it's not.
Fadin, you have been judged by your squad. Your 25-hour day is now over. Thanks, my buddy. All the best.
Thanks, boys. Good luck. I do feel that you can only take an allowance so far. There's going to come a time when guys are going to start turning on each other the way they did on our side. So it's going to be a very interesting game moving forward.
Okay, Black Squad, you have voted Fadim out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. However, there's still one vote which hasn't been revealed. Debza, please show me your vote. Fadim.
But yeah, that's how the game goes. It's been absolute fun. I've enjoyed it every step of the way.
Your votes have proven once again that a Bar 1 man is not somebody who necessarily has the most physical strength, but there are also other aspects to be considered. Gentlemen, it's been a long 25-hour day. Go get some rest. I will see you at the next solo trial.